All right, the last thing we're going to take a look at is solving some very simple exponential equations. So one thing we need to know is when I have x to the a and, wait, I'm sorry. Let me back this up. Okay, so if I have a to the x equals a to the y, well, the bases are the same. We can cancel them out, and we can just basically set the exponents equal to each other. So I have 7 to the x and 7 to the third, so x has got to be 3, right? If these two things are equal to each other, it's got to be 3. Now this one's a little bit more complicated. I'm going to give myself a little bit more room here. This one's a little bit more complicated because these don't have the same base yet. But I want to think about 64. 64 is 4 and what? 64 would be 4 and 16, right? And then 16 is 4 and 4. So 64 is 4 to the third power. So this is 1 over 4 to the x equals 1 over 4 to the third power. Now, 1 to the third power is still 1, so this actually could be 1 over 4 to the x equals 1 over 4 to the third, which that tells us that x is equal to 3. In this last one, we're going to look at 125 and say, can we get 125 written as something to the 5 to the something power? So 125 is 5 and 25, which is 5 and 5. So 125 is 5 to the third power. So this is 5 to the x squared plus 8 is equal to 5 to the third. And then we've got a 2x on the outside. And what we're going to do is we're going to multiply these. So it's going to be 5 to the x squared plus 8 is equal to 5 to the 6th x. So that's going to allow us to set these two things equal to each other. So we're going to get x squared plus 8 equals 6x. And I'm thinking I got to move that 6x over because I got to try to solve for, I got to get everything equal to 0. X squared, I'm going to put the minus 6x here, plus 8 equals 0. And now I got to try to factor this. Are there factors of 8 that multiply into negative 6? I think it's going to be x minus 4 and x minus 2 equals 0. I'm going to set x minus 4 equals 0, and that's going to give me x is equal to 4. X minus 2 equals 0 is going to give me 2. So there are actually two answers here, x being 4 and 2 will get me a solution to both of these.